Okay. All right. So how are you doing today?
Good.
Good, good. Did you have a good weekend?
Yes.
Yeah. What'd you guys do?
We played games, like board games, even though it's lame.
It's not lame. I love board games.
And it's not fun if you lose.
Right, right. I know, that's true. Do you have, are you competitive? Do you get like
Yes.
you get angry when you lose?
I lost by a 7-year-old.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Andrew, my son, is the best. He wins. Like, I don't even play video games with him anymore, or board games. He always wins. But anyway, well, good. I'm glad you had a good weekend. So I know we talked about this a little bit already, like why you're here and what we're going to talk about today. But just in the beginning, I wanted to kind of introduce some things and explain how our meeting is going to go today. So first of all, just so you know, I'm Miss Francavilla, obviously your teacher, and I'm in graduate school right now to become a school counselor, right? So part of our training is going through some exercises with students and getting some practice. And what I have to do is videotape our session and send it to my professor, and it might be reviewed by her and then some of my peers. But the video is on me the whole time. It's more of like they're grading me instead of really, grading you or anything like that. Okay, so that's kind of the purpose of what we're doing today. And so I know you said your mom signed the consent form, and I appreciate you being willing to work with me today. So a couple things just before we get started. Anything that we talk about is confidential. Okay, so you know what confidential means?
Yes.
Yeah, what does it mean? What do you think?
It means that, well, technically, I can't say it stays between me and you because your teacher had to see it, but it just stays between all of us, that you and the person that got to see it.
Right, exactly. Yep. The other than my professor, exactly. Anything we talk about today won't be discussed anywhere else. I won't talk to any of your other teachers or even your parents. There's only 3 reasons that I would have to do that, and that would be if you said that you were going to hurt yourself, or if someone else was going to hurt you, or if you were going to hurt somebody else. Okay, so those would be the only 3 things, kind of as a safety standpoint, that I would tell anybody. Okay, but truly everything else is completely confidential today. So I'm going to be taking some notes as we go along, and I'm listening to you, but if I'm looking down at the paper, it doesn't mean I'm not paying attention. I'm just trying to make sure I get everything you're saying, okay? So we're going to talk about some things that you're dealing with and work on identifying a goal and talking about some things you can do to improve that situation. And then at the end, I'm going to write you a quick message, and I'm going to ask you to write a message to me too that just kind of summarizes what we've talked about today. All right? Sound good?
Yes.
Any questions you have before we start? Okay, cool. All right. So first of all, what's your best hope for meeting with me today? Like, what do you hope to get out of it?
I hope to get like a better answer. Like, what can I do to make myself better in science class, and like how to learn better and help her to help me learn.
Okay. I like that you phrased it that way. Help her, your science teacher, help her to help you learn better. Awesome. What are some things that are going on in science that are that you want to talk about that have brought you here?
Well, it's like sometimes I know I'm not a bad kid. Mm-hmm. It's like I get distracted a lot and I can't pay attention to what she's saying, or like somebody asks me something, I'm immediately say something back to them, and like. Mm-hmm. And the thing that makes me mad is like she calling me and I'm trying to explain myself to her and she's not letting me, so I talk back to her, and I really don't want to. Just make me so mad that she won't listen to me.
Okay. And I know before you had said that sometimes you have gotten sent out of the room because of that. How do you feel when that happens?
I mean, I feel bad because like I want to stay in there and learn. But at the same time, I'm mad at her because like she's not letting me explain, and like sometimes I ask her like before I go to jail, can I talk to her and like explain myself? But she just say no.
Okay. All right. So she says no. Okay. So it sounds like you've kind of struggled with feeling like you get in trouble in there, right? And maybe it's because you feel distracted and you want to talk to people who are talking to you. And she's not calling on you as much, maybe?
I mean,
Like
like
when you
she,
think you have the answer?
no, it's like, it's not like that. It's like she just pick on me. Like somebody could talk to me first, and I talk back, and I get in trouble. But once I tell her it's somebody else, she tells me to get out and stop talking because I'm in the classroom.
Okay, gotcha. So you don't mean picking on you when you have your hand up, but she's
Yes.
kind of picking on you instead of others. Is that what you mean? Okay, gotcha. All right. So I like what you said right when you started out, that you want to do better, right, in science class, and you want to help Miss Crafton help you, right? Okay, that sounds good. So I think that's a good goal. A good overall goal is to just do that. Help her, help you. I'm gonna write that down. And that's kind of what we're gonna focus on. Okay, so say, this might be a little weird, but say you went to sleep tonight, you woke up and a miracle happened when you were sleeping, and you got to school and the problem was completely gone, right? You don't have to worry about this anymore. What are you doing differently? What would you be doing differently in science class?
I would be paying attention more and like annoying. I forgot. Okay, I don't know how to say the word, so it might sound
That's okay.
weird. But I would be like annoying them, like the people that's talking to me, and like I won't talk to them, and I won't talk back. And I raise my hands to answer a question and all of that.
Okay. Do you mean like avoiding
Yes.
them? Okay. All right. All right. So paying attention more, avoiding the kids, or maybe paying more attention to Miss Crafton than you are to others, right?
Yes.
You said raising your hand. How about work-wise? What are you doing with your work?
I do my work, but it's just not like in her classroom. It's
Okay.
like in my 8th period classroom.
Okay. So, but if this problem was gone completely, what would that look like? You would be
I'd
doing in
that,
her class?
yes.
Okay. What kind of work do you have to do in there specifically?
Like paperwork.
I know you do your notebooks, your organizers and everything, so you could see yourself kind of completing that work. All right. So you're paying attention more, which means, and what does that look like if you're paying attention? Like, what exactly are you doing?
Like, I'm listening to every word she's saying, and like, I'm understanding more of what she's talking about. Like, if she's talking about waves, I can understand more.
Okay. All right. So listening, you're understanding, raising your hand, and doing your work in your notebook. Okay. All right. So say those changes happened for you. Who do you think would notice these changes?
Like, all my friends.
Anybody else in that classroom?
Well, my best friend, 2 best friends.
Okay. Best friends. How about who else? Who are you getting in trouble with when you do get sent out of the room?
The people across the table next to me.
Okay. All right. So your friends would definitely notice. I'm guessing Miss Crafton would notice too.
Yes.
Right. Have you ever had to talk to the principal or anybody, Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm guessing Mr. Reed might notice as well, right? So your friends, Miss Crafton, Mr. Reed, what do you think they would do if you were raising your hand more and paying attention and listening? How do you think they would feel and react?
I guess they would feel like they proud of me because I changed my behavior.
Proud of you for changing behavior. That's awesome. Anything else?
I guess happy or excited.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Proud, happy, and excited. Maybe they even call your mom, tell your mom some good things, right? And then if you see them being more proud and happy for you, how would that make you feel?
It would make me feel happy and like I feel good about myself.
Good about yourself. I like that too. We all want to feel good about ourselves, right? So you can kind of see how it has a ripple effect, right? When other people feel good, it makes us feel good, and so it's kind of like one of those pay it forward type things, right? So would anything else be different after this miracle happened and you had no problems in science anymore?
I won't have to keep talking to Miss Thompson a lot.
Okay, all right. What are you talking to Miss Thompson about?
It's
Just
like,
about your issues with it?
no, like she. It's not like she's telling me that I know that I missed a project. Like one time, she was like, "Whoever missed a project for Miss Crafton need to go in her classroom." Smart black, and she just looked at me, so I knew it was me.
Gotcha. Okay, I gotcha. All right, let's see. So, when has this problem been better? Like can you think of any time in the past when you've already had some success with this in Miss Crafton's class?
We could say Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what happened on Thursday that was a better day?
Thursday is like I didn't get kicked out for like the whole class period, and I wasn't paying attention to any other students, and I was paying attention to her.
Okay. So you didn't get kicked out because you were paying attention to her, which is good. And you were kind of avoiding the other students who might have been wanting to talk to you. Good. And what did you do to make that happen? What was different about that day?
Well, the day that happened, me and my brother talked. My oldest brother, we talked, and he was like, I don't appreciate how you've been rude to your teacher. Even though you don't like her, you still have to respect her.
Okay.
And so after that, I started paying attention more into her classroom.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So you were motivated by what your brother said, right? Mm-hmm. Awesome. What was it about you? What came from inside you that made you want to do the right thing that day?
Because I know I have a good heart and I can respect people.
Mm-hmm. I think so too. Yes. Anything like what were you thinking to yourself?
That I could do it and I don't have to listen to other people because they can't control me.
Okay, good. Kind of think for yourself, right?
Yes.
Because you're the one that's going to end up getting in trouble, and maybe not other people, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. All right, so scale is 0 to 10. 0 is the worst that it's ever been. You're getting kicked out. You're feeling miserable about it. You're very unhappy. Miss Crafton's unhappy. But a 10 means everything is like great, okay? Which we're rarely at a 10, right? In life in general. But what number would you say that you're at today with this issue?
I would say a 5.
Okay. All right. I think that's actually really good. You know, if the problem was terrible and out of control, you would have said a 0 or a 1. So the fact that you're at a 5 is really good. So what do you think you've done to get to a 5 today?
Well, today I controlled myself from talking, but at the same time I really couldn't. So it's like half and half.
Okay. And what do you mean by you couldn't?
It's like I tried so hard to not talk to them until they got like really mad at me, and so I started talking to them. That's when I got kicked out with some other students, and because one of my friends, she started crying because her leg was hurting. So I got up and hugged her, and that's when I got in trouble.
Oh, this is today?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So you're at a 5 because you were able to kind of control what you were thinking in class, but then part of the class you did get kicked out again because you hugged your friend. Okay, all right, sounds good. So say tomorrow, if we're going to say you're going to try and get to a 6 or even a 7 tomorrow, what are some specific things? I know we've already talked about a lot, but what could you be doing to get to a 6? Maybe think about that same situation with a friend who hurt her leg? What could you have done differently, or what would you do differently tomorrow?
Well, before we go to our period, our fourth period, I could have asked her, is she okay? Before we walked in her classroom.
Okay.
And then, like, I could just, like, whisper to her while we in classroom, she's still hurting, are you okay? Like, you could go outside or go to the bathroom or ask the teacher.
Okay, good. So maybe do things a little more on the down low, a little bit more discreet about it instead of getting up right in the middle of class and doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Awesome. All right. Well, those are definitely things you can do. I've seen you do all those things in my class. You did a great job participating today, and like I said, you did on Friday as well, and you're answering the questions about citizenship, and I'm just really impressed with you. So I know that you can do it. You can do it in here, so you can definitely do it in there too. So say though tomorrow happens, and you know that the kids are going to try and talk to you, right? We all, that's tempting to do. What do you think you can do when that gets in your way, when you're tempted?
Like, since they like the table next to me, I could tell one person like to tell them to like not leave me alone, but like can you just stop talking to me just until the period ends, and then at lunch we could talk.
Right. Perfect. You're just being honest, and you're it doesn't have to come across as rude or mean. It could just be like, I love that you said that. Let's talk after lunch. So that shows them I want to talk to you, but just now is not the right time. I think that's great. Awesome. Okay. So is there anything else that I need to know about today to kind of help you? Just about this topic, and like I said, we can talk about other topics later if we need to. But
that made me like better in like Miss Crafton class. Well, my best friend, she like we do like little bets, and like if I could not get kicked out for like 2 whole days, like she would give me something, or she had to do like my homework or something like that. And,
okay.
And if I don't, I have to do her homework.
Oh my gosh. So your friend is keeping you honest and accountable and helping you? Okay. That's a good thing to rely on. I want you to remember though that you can do this yourself, because we talked about the feelings that you have inside, and you are definitely capable of doing that, even with or without your friends or your brothers or things like that, right? All right, good. Okay. Well, I think you have a lot going for you with this situation. I know it's been uncomfortable, and you don't like getting kicked out of class. It's not fun, so I really like that your goal is to help Miss Crafton help you, and to be the best you can be in that class. And I think you have so many strategies that you can use, like we talked about, raising your hand, paying attention, listening better, talking to your friends, and who are the ones who kind of tempt you with that, and being straight with them. And like I said, I like giving them another option of explaining when you can talk. Miss Crafton's room in the middle of her lecture isn't the time to do it. And I think it's great that you see how that will make other people feel, right? Miss Crafton's going to be happy. I think the other kids in class will be happy too, and then that'll make you feel good, and like you said, more proud of yourself. So I think that's great. I think you're on a good path here for sure. So I'm going to spend a couple minutes. I'm going to write you a message, and just kind of like what I got from today. And if you can also write me a quick message just about your thoughts after talking to me today. Okay, so let's do that.